Hi there, everyone. Welcome to day number 9 of our Bible study. For the past 9 days, we have been reading the Bible in chronological order. See how fast the year is going. Already, we are in day number 9. Today is January 9th, 2022. Very soon, December 31st is going to be here and we would have completed our Bible course. We have been reading the Bible in chronological order for the past 9 days. And today being January 9th, we've been reading the book of Job, chapter number 21, 22, and 23. And I trust that you've completed your reading and your study. I have also done my study and I've picked up these few points which I will be sharing with you in today's outline. So stay with me. Today's studies is pretty quick. So as our study has illustrated over the past couple of days, we are in the book of Job, and we've been studying the character of Job as well as the character of his friends who were who heard the story of Job and heard of his plight, and in an attempt to, or the expectation was that they were coming to comfort him, but then the comfort turned into more of an accusation. So it's following the same theme over the past couple of days. We still see Job's friends trying to prompt Job and let him know that it is out of his wickedness that he is suffering so much. And Job is still maintaining that he is innocent. So it's basically been following the same theme and following the same flow of thoughts. But then I still picked up a few lessons personally as I studied the scriptures. So let's quickly move right on in. Now in Job chapter number 21 and verse number 3, see what Job said. Job says this: "Suffer me that I may speak, and after I have spoken, mock on." Now, this is what I made from this. From the previous chapters and verses, Job's friends accused Job it's because of his weakness. That's why he's suffering so much, and God has caused him to suffer. Job insists that, no, I am innocent. But at this point of the discourse, back and forth, Job now properly classifies what his friends are doing, and he says that, mock on. I mean, mock on. You've been exchanging thoughts. We have been exchanging thoughts, but I realize that it's not just you are not here to comfort me. You've caused me enough pain with your words. It's just mockery that has brought you here. So it was quite an interesting observation and an interesting thought that came to mind. Now the next thing he says this: "How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood?" That's Job chapter number 21, verse 34. So basically, Job had made a solid point in this particular verse in saying this. These were the notes I picked up from this verse. He made a solid point in making his friends understand that, okay, so this was the point. His friends were saying that he, Job, is suffering because of his wickedness. But then Job goes on to show them how that there are wicked people in this world whose children dance about happily, they move about, everything seems to fall in place, they die in a ripe old age, they have great lives. Meanwhile, everybody knows that these people are not living in a righteous life. These people don't fear God. And we see many of such in our society where you see men who don't fear God, they despise God, they reject God, they have no respect or fear for church, men of God, the Bible, scripture, nothing. And you look at their lives and you'd expect that, okay, if these people do not fear the Lord, then the expectation is that things shouldn't go well with them, things shouldn't fall in line with them. But many times we see wicked people prosper. We see people who don't fear and have no regard for God, and they are seemingly successful. They are blessed in the work of their hands. Money comes into their hands, and some of them even acquire riches through deception, through hurting other people, and use that to enrich themselves. And yet things seem to go well for them. So Job was just making this argument that if you claim that the reason I'm suffering is because I'm wicked, how then do you explain the ones wicked people walking about doing well? They've duped people, they've gotten their riches by falsehood, and yet everything seems to fall in place for them. They prosper, their children are happy, they have long life, they seem to live so long. So how do you explain all of these? And that was a very valid point that Job was making, and his friends just couldn't beat that particular argument. Now, in chapter number 22, verse number 3, it says, "Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that thou art righteous? Or is it gain to him that thou makest thy ways perfect?" Now, you can see that this was said by one of Job's friends, and you can see that Job's friends are now beginning to warm up to Job's point of view and to his argument that he's done no wrong, he's innocent. So they don't need to accuse him of falsehood or accuse him of wickedness in order to make their point. And you can see that they are beginning to warm up to what the point that Job was making about his innocence. However, if you continue to read down the chapters, you realize that they went back again to accusing him and trying to make him understand that it is again his wickedness that has brought this upon him. But basically, those were the thoughts that I had, and I found these particular verses quite interesting. I can't wait for tomorrow and the subsequent days to see how this beautiful story and drama of Job unfolds. It's going to be quite interesting how this will come to the conclusion. So let's keep the pace going for those of you who have been with me on this journey. Today being the 9th day, kindly, as always, comment, share your ideas, share your thoughts. What have you picked up yourself, even in these readings? What inspirations and thoughts have come to you? Just drop them in the comment section. And if this is the first time you are watching me on this channel, kindly subscribe. We are building a massive community of Bible-loving Christians who want to really understand what the scriptures are all about. And because of that, we are doing a complete Bible study in chronological order from the beginning to the end of the entire Bible. By December the 31st of 2022, our goal is to have completely read the entire Bible in chronological order to give us a particular perspective. So let's keep up the good work. See you in the next video.